Всех приветствую, дамы и господа, на своем канале. Снимаем продолжение Hogwarts Legacy, часть 2. В прошлой серии мы с вами попали в Хогвартс такими оккультными путями. Получилось довольно-таки интересно. Мы пощупали боевку, пощупали заклинания. И сегодня мы переночевали, и наш первый день в Хогвартсе. Ну что, поехали? Посмотрим, как оно все. А я такой красивый. Что, здесь можно что-нибудь потрогать? Вообще ничего. Так, и мы, кстати, по-моему, проспали. Нам нужно быстрее торопиться. Так, вниз или вверх? Вверх, что ли?
Just have to wait for the right moment. One moment. Watch this.
Ugh! What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
Так, с нетерпением жду начала занятий. Я вообще-то немного нервничаю. Давай я вообще-то немного нервничаю.
Harrowing indeed. I'm still a bit on edge myself and a little nervous for classes to start.
Oh, you needn't be worried.
Мы, кстати,
Truly, there's
побрали в
no reason to
Хогвартс.
be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha, I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Нельзя пройти? Почему? Я же оттуда спустился.
Different. Starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Да, это странно. Это очень странно.
This is the right spot.
I want him to be in the perfect place, a place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Он так много знает, я даже не знаю. Ладно,
He did teach me a few things before term, but that's all I can tell you.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
Мне казалось, пуффиндуйцы любят растения. А что, многие ученики самостоятельно выращивают ингредиенты?
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect.
Интересно.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Держусь корней, понятно.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
First day.
Lumos.
All right. Deep breath. Why, hello. Would you like to take a look? Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I'm afraid I'm not much
Мне
for
не нравится
memorizing
смотреть
constellations.
почему так и нет.
Enough to worry about on the ground.
Well, you should know that all fifth years must take astronomy. However, I think you will feel differently after one night up on the tower. A quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you!
Запах свежего
Hey there.
пергамента.
New Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You had best not keep her waiting.
It's that new fifth year.
Can't imagine
Куда
starting
мне?
a new school
А,
this late.
спуститься. Тут еще карта есть? Тут карты нет. То есть М нажимаешь, карта как бы не появляется. О,
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
со.
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level
Так,
exams.
учение волшебства.
They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Что придумал?
Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Руководство по волшебству? То есть это моя читерская способность в этой игре. Ни у кого нет, а у меня
Thank you,
будет, да?
Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
То есть он... Ну да, это походу... Прикольно, конечно.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Ну, только у меня, я же пятикурсник, я же особенный.
Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Бюст Коктевра. Этот бюст создан в честь факультета Коктевра. Находится в высокой башне Коктеврана. А вы только что открыли испытание из руководства. Ваш прогресс будет отражаться здесь. А, это мой опыт. Выполнять испытание из руководства — это единственный способ заработать очки опыта. Откройте руководство. Это ваш уровень волшебства. Опыт XP, получаемый в результате прохождения испытаний и повышения уровня и силы. Ваше руководство отслеживает текущий прогресс прохождения испытаний. Выберите меню испытания, чтобы продолжить. Страница руководства. Исследования, задания, бой. Вручай комнату. Собрав свою первую страницу руководства, вы открыли новую категорию испытаний. Здесь будет появляться все новые испытания, которые вы разблокируете во время своих приключений. Выберите страницу руководства, чтобы продолжить. Соберите страницы руководства в Хогвартсе. Соберите страницы руководства в Хогвартсе 2. Награда. Внешний вид, снаряжения. Очки регулярами Хогвартса. Каждое испытание имеет несколько уровней. На каждом из них ждут специальные награды, начиная от внешних видов и заканчивая важными обновлениями. Награды можно получить в испытании, совершая почаще, чтобы все награды как раз были разблокированы. Короче, да, это моя читерская флешка.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Ну-ка.
Revelio.
Не получилось. А что за вот это? А, Т это мои заклинания. Недоступно. Репал. А, в натуре можно будет репару. Можно будет сделать мосты. О, прикольно.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Вам удастся обнаружить точку быстрого перемещения с летучим пламенем. Блять, как это классно придумано. То есть, да, у них был летучий порошок, а здесь это телепортация обусловлена этим порошком. Блять, это прикольно. Это прикольно. У меня появляется, кстати, карта. Вы можете открывать карту в любое время, чтобы мгновенно добраться до любого окружающей точки с летучим пламенем. Откроем карту. Хогвартс разделен на две основные области. В левой части карты живут студенты. Профессора здесь расположены гостиницы и большие залы. Выберите лестницу Хогвартса, чтобы продолжить. Здесь вы можете видеть точки с летучим пламенем, которые доступны в этом регионе. Точки с летучим пламенем зеленого цвета – это те, которые вам удалось обнаружить, включая гостиную вашего факультета. Точки с летучим порошком серого цвета показывают местоположение еще не обнаруженных точек. Понятно. Все наблюдено. В первой части карты находятся точки интереса, связанные с учебой, включая астрономическую башню, библиотеку и теплицы. Выберите библиотека. Профессор Уизли разблокировал для вас точку с летучим порохом в центральном зале. А, здесь крутить можно. Да, поехали. Вот это освоение магических заклинаний, оно, конечно, дает о себе знать. Прям прикольно так. То есть ты пятикурсник, который еще практически ничего не знает, и
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Ну да, времени экономит кучу.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Задом шла по лестнице. Нормально.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
My older brothers are also.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Скажите, Брок,
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Ну, привет.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, And so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Отслежено доступное задание с помощью карты. Этот значок символизирует основные задания. Выполняя основное задание, вы продвигаетесь по основной истории, открываете новые возможности и зарабатываете опыт. Понятно, вопросов нет. Некоторые задания заблокированы из-за того, что требуется наличие заклинаний или к вашему уровню. В таких случаях для этих заданий вам необходимо достичь требуемого уровня или умения необходимых заклинаний. Ваше новое можно заключить, выполняя профессоров или в качестве награды за задание. Понятно. Начните отслеживать задание с помощью правой кнопкой мыши. Давайте темно.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ну, поехали, а то что-то мы просто 20 минут на диалогах потеряли. А, тут нельзя перейти. Ладно, я понял. Я же маг все-таки. Придется идти пешком. А, тут дверь открывается. Все, я понял. Вопросов нет. Увидели? Что? Какая-то олень. Это 17. Какие здесь вообще фигуры? Он тоже картин двигается. Что-то там сундук, короче. Как мне пройти? А, нужно нажать Е. Понял, вопросов нет. Там что-то сверкало. Пиво.
Revelio.
Значит, задание. Ну, давайте, да, темное искусство, это все-таки мы уже сражались с...
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Ну Ну да, здесь вся игра
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Leviosa. А, не Leviosa.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, Levioso. Good. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Protego! Protego? Complicates things. This can't be your first duel. Let's just say
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Stupid. Levioso.
You're good.
Now perspective. Thank you.
Thank all these students for this adept.
Задраконил.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Улыбка до зубов. Ну да, у меня сейчас
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
Что тут? Ничего нет интересного. Сундук. Тут сундук. А, он сверху. Он сверху. Почему он сверху? Замок 11 уровня. Я так понимаю, можно замки взломать заклинанием. Давай с Себастьяном поговорим. Пойдем по квесту.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh. Fair enough. You owe me an honest jewel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Видите спамы, товарищи, не верьте в спамы, не отвечайте на спамы. Даже не отвечено, не пометилось, что это спам. Так, что он там с нами разговаривает? Блядь, придется на записи читать. Звучит подозрительно, звучит интригующе.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Но я думаю...
Till next time.
Наверное, все-таки пойдем еще за более грамотно. Оп, второй уровень. 15 очков здоровья. В чем дать второй уровень? Так, это карта. Теперь вам доступны побочные задания. Дополнительные побочные задания можно найти в регионах Хогвартса, отмеченные флажком, и при исследовании мира вокруг. Они дают дополнительный опыт, но вы не будете продвигаться по основной истории. Я предлагаю зайти... Какой там? Как называется? Какой там? Занятие по заклинаниям. Выучим еще какое-нибудь заклинание. Я думаю, это правильно, грамотно. А, я уже открыл. Да, в таком большом замке тяжеловато. Только без карт. Если у него щит, мы кидаем левиосы и можно нанести урон. Это, кстати, прикольно, что, бля, еще выше. Или снизу еще.
Revelio.
Ёп. Я духов испугался. Опа, сундучок. Увидели, да? Здесь и сундучок. Опачки. Шляпа лесного колдуна. Чё, блядь, это у меня такая проблема? Оно не хочет. Ладно, давайте все-таки выполним это задание. То есть нам нужно еще подняться.
Revelio.
Я вообще бы везде бы Ревелио использовал, если честно.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
Это акция.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me!
Было бы прикольно. Давайте на метле. Ха! На метле полетать. Это ж шикарно! Да, мне уже интересно, вот ты... Как это делается? Ты можешь в день все заклинания изучать? Или как-то тут сутки будут меняться?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
А что делать-то надо?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. Excellent. Good. Happens to the best of us. That's it!
Оба! Оба! Максимум.
Splendid! Not to worry.
Не получилось.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go! Yes!
Подожди.
Accio! Stay focused.
Watch this.
Как это делать-то, блин? Как?
Ah, you all bishop.
Я хочу еще раз.
There we go.
Accio.
Excellent control there.
Это сложнее, чем кажется. Я думал, все
Let
просто.
us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Oh no!
Accio.
Happens to the best of us.
Почти! Почти! А?
Watch this.
Она как-то просто отпускает, идет.
That is how it's done.
И... Стой! Стой! Стой!
Very good.
Я.
Here we go.
Мне сейчас надо 50.
Accio.
Нет.
Oh dear.
Ну, блин. Не получилось у меня сегодня поиграть.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Блин, обидно. Обидно, я мог лучше. Я признаюсь, я мог лучше, но я не понял, как это все делать с самого начала. Да. Я думал, типа, отцу просто притянуть и все, а там можно еще как-то приотпустить.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Да не переживай.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
А, нифига себе, они без палочек это пользуются.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
А ты меня можешь научить без палочки?
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me. This enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Блин, я бы хотел
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
Так, я предлагаю на этом закончить. Подожди, Escape это уже... Да, я предлагаю на этом закончить. Нельзя. У меня обязательный квест. Это задание. Все, мы просто... Мы не закончим, товарищ. У нас еще задание.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Все, понял. Вот тебе все. Ладно, предлагаю на этом закончить. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Продолжение следует. Подписывайтесь на мой канал. Ставьте лайки, дизлайки, комментируйте обязательно. Если вам нужно, чтобы я читал, вы просто прокомментируйте, напишите мне, и я буду обязательно читать. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.